These events promote worldwide awareness and action for those who suffer from hunger and for the need to ensure food security and nutritious diets for all. World Food Day is a chance to show our commitment to Sustainable Development Goal 2 to achieve zero hunger by 2030. It is also for us to celebrate the progress we have made towards reaching zero hunger. This year's 2017 World Food Day theme, Changing the Future of Migration, Invest in Food Security and Rural Development, is highly relevant as over 65 million people worldwide were forcibly displaced from their homes by conflict, violence, and persecution in 2015. It is important to differentiate between migration, which is the result of a choice for better economic condition, from that caused by conflict, distress, or forced migration and displacement. For those facing violence, severe human rights abuses, or other conflict-related risks, the decision to leave their home is not an option, but rather a last resort in order to survive. The increasing number of conflicts, their complexity, their protracted nature, rural poverty and food insecurity, weak employment and income generating opportunities, inequality, limited access to social protection, the accelerated environmental degradation, and increasing impacts of climate change worldwide results in a growing number of people forcibly displaced or migrating under distress than ever before. We do not need to look far away to realize the devastating impact of.
But there are so many problems attached to the agriculture due to which the food production or the food security is not in the manner which we should have. The main problem we have is the farmers. The farmers are very small. About 90, if you talk about the overall food production, 90% of the farmers are very small. They have less than 2 hectares of the land. And further, they are not very well aware about the agriculture, the crops, how to grow the crops. And other things is the input. Input play a very important role in the food grain production. If you not make available the right input means the seeds, the fertilizer, the plant protection chemicals, we can't expect the good quality of the crop production or food production. So this day is very important.
Capacity building for local delivery of activities and also in programming and the like. And presently, OXFAM conducts a strategic partnership program currently being implemented with the Voices for Food Security. And under this program, they emphasize 3 critical elements, including food security and climate change issues, right to food issues, budget monitoring, and a few other areas associated with this. Therefore, OXFAM would like to identify with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development very closely on a day like this, and also with the FAO, actually, who initiated this annual celebration for government to observe. OXFAM would like to congratulate you and congratulate the population of farmers in this country and all other policy beneficiaries of the activity we are celebrating today. I thank you very much.
There are policies on ground. You know, the Vice President incidentally released the executive orders on ease of business, and transportation is one of them. And once transportation is sorted out, there'll be access to the villages, access to the farmlands, and you know, traders will be able to be at their base, bring their products to town, sell them, make money, in fact convert the goods into exportable items, and that is really what we are looking at now. So we are collaborating with the Ministry of Power, collaborating, with the relevant ministries to ensure that, things are put in place so that this migration problem is sorted out once and for all.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Well, for the farmers, importation is a real problem for us. Why do we import food when we can do it? We have to strengthen our economy. Instead of importation, we embark on exportation. It will help us strengthen our economy. When you import food, you make the farmers lazy. You make us weak. You make us angry. Because after putting much labor in farming and you have nothing to gain from it because of importation, you will not want to do again. So if they can help us and stop importation, we can do it in Nigeria. Our land can do it. The farmers in Nigeria can do it. If we get what we require, we can do it.
Together with our partners, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, the Voices for Food Security, and FAO, to engage key stakeholders, from the private sector, from the government, farmers as well, to discuss the real issues facing small-scale agriculture. Today we have lots of people that are displaced, who cannot feed themselves, they cannot even farm. These are real issues that we should be discussing. Nigeria is a very wealthy nation, and that nobody within the country should be going to bed hungry. So what we're organizing this event is to really discuss, brainstorm with all the stakeholders here and have some concrete commitments. And I say concrete commitments because I know we've been having this type of discussions every year. But I think it's really time for us now to walk the talk.